Hey, what's going on? Victor Adatiba here with another episode of MansaTek Mindset Mondays, here to help you get your mindset ready for the upcoming week, ready to tackle the obstacles, ready to achieve your goals, ready to just be great this week. So let's get to it. Today's topic that we'll be discussing is trust the process. Trusting the process. What it means to trust the process is to have faith in the journey that you're taking, faith in the road that you're traveling, even when the destination is unclear. Sometimes we are attempting to achieve a goal, and usually, when attempting to achieve a goal, there is a process you're following or a path you're going down that has either been blazed by someone else, and so you're following in their footsteps to achieve something you've already seen them achieve, or maybe you're blazing your own trail, similar to kind of what my experience has been in my career, kind of moving up to this point. And oftentimes, even when you don't know what the end goal is, you just kind of know vaguely the direction that you're heading. It's so important that you don't begin doubting yourself and doubting your greatness, but that you trust the process. In IT, when you're looking at computers and computer speed, processing power is something that most people will consider when they're looking at purchasing a new computer. And so, what is processing power? Processing power is the ability or the speed at which the computer can process certain information or functions and execute on that process, right? Some processes are really quick and some processes take a little bit longer. And so, although we cannot see the process that our computer is calculating or computing, we still trust that there's something that's happening in the back end, and eventually the result that we are looking for or the action that we have commanded the computer to make will eventually um, be visible to us, right? And so, again, oftentimes on your journey, and I'll speak specifically about myself now, there were so many pieces of my life that I look back at that have prepared me for where I'm at today. But if I went back to any of those individual situations and looked at them in the moment on their own, there's no way I could have predicted that those skills I was learning, those experiences I was having, was preparing me for where I'm at today. And so you got 8 points that we're going to discuss, right? Sorry, 7 points for trusting the process. And so the first one is the importance of patience. Um, Trusting the process is going to require you to exercise some patience. And so if that's not a muscle that you've built, that's going to be a muscle that you'll need to truly trust the process. When that doubt starts creeping in, usually it's because a lack of patience is rearing its ugly head. And so success takes time. It's important to remember that. Success takes time. There are no successes that were born overnight. Success is born through patience and persistence. And so those two are going to be integral to helping you learn how to trust the process. Um, Another thing that is going to be important that you learn how to do, and point two, is understanding that failure is a natural part of this process. It's okay to fail. Embrace that failure. Um, Failing can be a very valuable learning experience and can help you learn and improve, and it should help you learn and improve. There are so many failures in business and friendship and relationships that I've experienced that now looking back, I can see how they have prepared me to be a better husband, a better father, a better manager of people, a better leader. But had I not learned many of these lessons early and failed or struggled with them, then I would have to learn those lessons now and I would be failing in my current role. So, again, every step that I took, every stumbling block that I hit prepared me for the moment that I'm in now. And all of these things have come together for the good. But again, in that moment, when you're struggling, when you're going through the process, when the destination is unclear, these failures are magnified. And so, again, you have to remind yourself, despite the failure, even in the face of adversity, you've got to trust the process. Next is going to be a growth mindset. It's so important that you embrace a growth mindset. Believing that you can learn and grow from the challenges that you're experiencing are going to help you stay motivated through this process. Um, just the understanding that where you're at today isn't where you have to stay. Every day you have the opportunity to wake up and be a new person or become the person that you need to be to achieve what it is you need to achieve. And that is part of the process. Maybe you haven't achieved your goal, or maybe you haven't reached your destination because you aren't who, or you aren't the version of who you need to be for that season of your life. And so you're still processing, right? The process is still running in the background that we may not necessarily see or understand, but it is loading. Just give it a minute. That's the growth mindset. You are growing every day from all of the experiences that you're having. Um, there are a lot of people in my life, friends, family members, entrepreneurs, that I've seen this transformation journey take place and seen the successes that they received. If you look at any modern day actor, artist, musician, the place that they're at today isn't where they started. And there are so many trials and tribulations that they went through that helped prepare them for where they're at. It's just very difficult from the perspective that we sit in our own process to see what's going on. We're too close to what's happening. And so oftentimes it takes someone who is a little bit further removed from this process to understand what's going on and to see the growth in real time and to see the process in real time, because to us it can feel like we're at a standstill, but you've got to trust the process. The next tip that I will give is to be consistent, right? Throughout your process, maintain consistency. Daily habits, daily routines are going to help you focus on your goal. Again, writing it down and making it plain is going to help you stay focused on your goal. Um, just that consistent effort and that muscle memory that you build through consistency will help you build the character that you need for the end of the process. And so don't discount the power of consistency. Consistency. Um, Self reflection. Self reflection. Number 6 is self reflection. It's part of the process. For you to change and go through the metamorphosis that this process is going to entail, it's going to take you doing some self reflection and identifying those traits or those flaws or those areas of weakness that currently exist and identifying opportunities to change them or strengthen them or dispose of them because they don't do you a service in this season of your life. Reflect on the progress that you've made. Reflect on the setbacks that you've experienced. Reflect on the goals that you've set, right? All of these reflections will help orient you on the path that you should be going and will also help reinforce that belief that the process you're undertaking is worth it. Trust the process. Things that I do to stay motivated, number 7, which these are likely things that you may need to pull from to maintain that motivation because sometimes going at it alone in solitude can be difficult. And so it's important to look for things to help motivate and energize you through this process. That could be people who are also going through their own processes. That could be a community of people that's also going through a similar process. That could be through celebrating the small wins, right? You don't want to celebrate the wins too much so that they get you off track or out of alignment with the process. But you want to celebrate the small goals and keep it pushing, right? Celebrate the small wins, but keep it pushing because, again, you were on the path to this process. And so you've got to trust the process. Visualizing your goals, again, writing them down, seeing them, vision board, vision book, whatever that looks like. Visualize what the win looks like. Visualize what the end of this process looks like. And then seek support when needed because this process probably isn't a unique process to you. And so there are likely other people that have gone through this process as well. And so sometimes leaning not on your own understanding, but leaning onto theirs can help you trust the process, especially when you're able to see what the end result looks like, when you're able to see the position that they're currently in. That can help you trust the process. So many times when we're going through these processes, there are a lot of steps that we maybe want to skip or we want to overlook or we feel like they don't apply to us. And so sometimes it's important to remember that the process isn't so much about every individual step in the process. Sometimes it's about preparing you for where you're going or preparing you for what you'll experience once this process is over. So in the moment, it may not make sense. In the moment, it may not be appreciated. But remember that the actions we take today, the books we read today, the information we consume and learn today isn't for today, it's for tomorrow. It is preparing us or helping us become the version of ourselves that we will need to be tomorrow. So trust the process, appreciate the process. Once you have achieved that goal, you'll look back on the process and think fondly of it. I can almost guarantee that with success comes a fond recollection of the process and an appreciation for it. Trust the process. So I came up with an acronym to help people trust the process. And of course, it is trust. TRUST. T stands for take a deep breath and stay calm. Center yourself. R, remember your end goal. Keep your eye on that prize. U, use each setback as a learning opportunity. S, stay focused in the present moment. Don't let your mind wander to think about what ifs or regret, right? Focus on the present moment and the task that is at hand. And the final T, trust the process. Trust. Um, Success is the result of hard work. Um, Nothing worth having comes easy. Um, Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And so it's important that we persevere in the face of adversity. Trusting the process can help you achieve your goals. Um, so many times, people have been given a process to follow, and they doubt that process. Although the process has worked for maybe a multitude of people before them. And so if you've set a goal that you really want to achieve, and you've got objectives that you truly want to accomplish, and you have identified a path to get there, or you have a trusted guide, mentor, leader that is willing to show you how to get there, don't be afraid to trust the process. All right, that's all I got for y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week. Keep pressing on. Strive for excellence. Peace.